Nowadays, a roll of cheap film is $20, and the good stuff can be almost double. It feels like you need deep pockets to shoot film. If only there was a way to cut your spending in half. A cheap point-and-shoot can still take great photos, and considering the form factor, they are versatile cameras for adventurers. Portability, zoom, and fast power-on times are all factors to consider when looking at digital point-and-shoots. But what if you want a small, portable, and cost-effective film camera? Well, thankfully, Olympus has you covered. This is an Olympus Pen EE from 1963. Small enough for a coat pocket, it could be considered one of the first popular point-and-shoot cameras, specifically designed for more budget-oriented shooters. Coming in at a fraction of the size of a regular camera from the era, the pen is small because it only shoots half a frame of film at a time. Shooting half the frames means you get twice as many photos on a roll. A regular 36-shot canister of 35mm film will give you at least 72 frames to work with. The viewfinder is arranged in a portrait orientation to match the film gate. This makes framing interesting compared to your typical landscape format. You can see how compact the internals are on this camera. A really simple winding mechanism and a leaf shutter keeps the size down. The pen relies on a selenium meter to automatically adjust aperture and shutter speed based on the ISO of the film loaded. Turning this ring is the only input you need to worry about. You don't even have to focus. A fixed lens means everything beyond about 2 meters is sharp. Even though the negatives are half the size of a full-frame camera, the lens is sharp enough to support enlargements. I've got some 8x10 prints in my office that look great. Recently, I went on a bikepacking trip in the Canadian Rockies and only had space to bring one camera. I chose my pen because of these features. With double the frames available, I was able to document more of my adventure and still travel light. And I saved a couple of bucks by only shooting one roll. Half-frame cameras were slowly phased out over time, first with digital point-and-shoots, then with cell phone cameras. Thankfully, dozens of models were made by most manufacturers for consumers who are budget-conscious. It looks like film prices will stay high into the future, so consider adding one of these to your collection.